Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Recap with D. Alright, Love and Marriage Huntsville, one of my favorite reality TV shows. Season 4, Episode 5 review. As you all know, Episode 4 left off with Tisha and her cousin going back and forth about who said what about one another. They ended the conversation, and then Kiki walked up on Tisha outside talking about her on the phone with Kimmy. Typical female behavior. In my honest opinion, I think that they are both wrong. At the end of the day, they are family. Tisha really, you can tell she really did hurt her cousin's feelings, but 4 years is a long time. Kiki is just going to have to let this situation go. She going to have to sit it down on the table and let it go. Me personally, this is just my character. I am not going to apologize for 4 years. If I apologize once, I just might apologize twice. That's it. For 4 years, you can go on about your business. I don't even care who it is. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. Now, I do respect the fact that Tisha apologized again. But I feel like this is the stupidest altercation on this show. Period. I'm done talking about it. Enough is enough. Moving on. Martell and Marceau, they had a meetup. They were discussing the incident with Mel and the kids not coming to the book signing. I really don't know how to feel about the situation, because if Mel is not communicating at all, that's not a good thing. That's not good at all. When it comes to co-parenting, unfortunately, yes, there needs to be communication. Whether Martell is needing to give more of a heads up, because I know she did mention in the last episode how he did hit her up at the last minute, or whether Mel needs to just respond and give updates on the children. It can't just be no response whatsoever. Luckily, I'm not in that situation yet, because I can't never say never. But if I was, I know when it comes to my babies, my husband don't play about his kids. I don't play about them either. And, that's just a situation I can't see myself in, as far as not communicating when it comes to the children. Period. That's just off limits. There's certain things that the children should not have to deal with or go through. I think that especially with that book signing, that was very important. Like I said before, if that was something that was really important to the kids, they she could have had them stop by. She could have had them stop by. Period. But in this situation, in this episode, they're talking about she didn't even respond. I don't agree with that at all. They need to go ahead and just figure that out. Moving on to something else they were talking about, Martell is trying to buy back into Marceau's business. I'm going to get into that in just a moment. But first, I want to talk about Kimmy and Maurice. They started talking about the situation with Kiki walking up on Tisha, talking about her while she was on the phone with Kimmy. Like I said, I'm not talking about the situation no more, and I hope that Kimmy doesn't shed too much light on that. Moving on, I really just wanted to talk about Maurice hanging up that TV. There is just something about a man hanging up a TV for me. I love it. And when my husband is hanging up TVs around our house, I just sit back and watch. Anyway, them two, I love. I don't know if I've said it before, but Maurice and Kimmy, I love them two together. I hope no more mess comes up with Maurice. These two, I want to see them last. I do. Moving on. Destiny met up with Maurice about her finances and struggles. I hate this part of her story because I know, I was like, at first, I was like, why are you here? But when it comes to a woman and her struggling, I don't like to see it. I hate it. I'm always trying to encourage other women that I'm in close bonds with, always feeding them ideas on their financial situation. So this is just something that just really doesn't settle well with me. I don't like to see any woman struggling, whether black, white, it doesn't matter. I just don't like to see women in general struggling. I do hope her situation gets better and that she is able to take advantage of the fact that she's on TV, because you can do a lot more by creating some type of fan base. I believe she can do that and turn this thing around. The conversation quickly took a turn. They were talking about Tisha and Mel in the situation with the reunion, and Mel overhearing Tisha and Destiny talking about her. I think that Destiny needs to focus more on her finances. Stay out of folks' business. Don't get in between other friends. Say sorry. Move on. Because if it were me and my finances are not in order, I'm not trying to be in everybody's face. I don't want to hear your drama and this person overhear it and say I'm talking to the enemy. And no, ain't nobody got time for that. When you are in a bit of a struggle, let it go. It does seem like, I did want to point out something. It does seem like because Destiny is not kissing Mel ass anymore, that the friendship is dwindling away, because I think what they are going back and forth about is a little petty. So I did want to take note of the fact of, that was something that Miss Wanda was talking about with them friends. So I am keeping an eye on Mel and her friendships. I really want to see how her and Stormy's friendship takes off on the show. I haven't been seeing much of Stormy, but I am keeping an eye on that. As far as the conversation between Destiny and Maurice, like I said, I think she needs to focus more on her finances. Apologize, move on, but that's just me, in my opinion. On to other things. I do want to talk about Tisha telling Marceau that Miss Wanda needs to shadow him at Black and the head cook. That is a bad idea. I don't think that's a good idea at all. I get investing in her cooking business. I get that. Buy her the boat. Buy the boat. Set her to sail. Let her sink on her own. She got to learn how to act first. She don't need nobody to teach her how to run a business. She needs to sign up for Hooked on Phonics and Rosetta Stone. For one, that's the first thing she needs to do. She needs to take a public speaking class. And then she needs a little bit of customer service training, but not at their business. No, because she's not going to, I just don't think she's going to act right. I don't. Bringing her into the restaurant, nah, Tisha, no. If I was Marceau, I'd be like, nah, cancel that. You can cancel that. That's not going to happen. Anyway, they also discussed Martell buying into their business. That, like I said, I was going to get into that in a minute. I also think that that is a bad idea. And that's just from a business perspective. I get that they are friends, but from a business perspective, your personal life, and your business moves and tactics are for him, for Martell, it's a conflict of interest. Just in my opinion. If, for Marceau and Tisha, for them, if you're already a thriving and ever-growing business, sorry, bro. Here's $10K or $20K to invest in your business. You do your thing, but I'm not attaching your name nowhere on my stuff. No. Martell, I think he just got way too much going on. He doesn't seem like the most reliable. He's all over the place. You know, the construction, the wine, the modeling, calendars, book signings for the kids. It's too much. He needs to go pray and find some peace. That's what Martell needs to do for now. Anyway, moving on to this situation with Destiny and Mel. I think that they could have hashed it out a little bit better than that, or let it go. The social media post and confusion between the two is very problematic. See, I'm a person who does not like to let social media dictate my relationships or friendships, because it's all fake, it's all bullshit, and for me it's all entertainment. So I don't take too much seriously, but I do keep a watchful eye though, because a lot of what folks say and share on social media, they can relate to it. So Destiny was right when she mentioned Mel saying the right words and being a manipulator. I do believe Mel, you know, she has some master manipulator tendencies, because if you say something on social media, timing is everything. And that's what Destiny should have said and left it alone. Because Mel is not slow, or at least I don't think she's that slow. Timing is everything. That's what gets people caught up in most situations. If you have an issue with someone, you're going back and forth with a friend in person, you have a personal issue, and then you go and post something immediately on social media about friends and enemies and that. Come on now, Mel. Don't play them games. Now on the flip side, Mel did play crazy, but Destiny gave us stupid, because Mel pulled out text messages. Destiny claimed on the reunion that she had not spoken to Mel in a while. After wrap up, she had not spoken to Mel since wrap up of the show. Mel had receipts, and one thing I know, them receipts are always going to show what was ordered off the menu. Destiny obviously was deflecting by trying to shed more light on how she didn't say chillaxing, because she doesn't say chillaxing. Girl, shut up. You said it. Then she started getting rude with Mel. In this situation, Mel takes the win. Sorry, not sorry. She got this one on Destiny, because at the end of the day, like I said, on the flip side, Destiny knows, you know, what Mel had going on, you know, during that time. She could have picked up the phone and called. Destiny says, you know, I had not spoken to you. I said I had not spoken to you. I didn't say text. That is another form of communication. That was a very stupid thing for her to say. I don't like that. I hate when people play crazy like that. That is still a form of communication. Mel pulled out the text, and she was communicating with her. Destiny is the one that stopped responding. Anyway, moving on, I think that Destiny, her idea of loyalty, if you have a problem, say something. That is very true. I get it. But it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that if one friend does something wrong to another mutual friend that you all have, you got to shut it down at the door. You let the other friend know where they were wrong, and they need to make it right. It doesn't stop you from being friends with that person. It keeps you unbiased, and it lets the other person know they can't do that to you, and they shouldn't handle the other friend that way. Now, after I witnessed this whole situation with Destiny, I really think Destiny needs to go away at this point. And like I said, focus on her finances. She's not a good friend. Where's her man? I said I was keeping an eye on Mel because of what Miss Wanda said about her and friends. But Destiny, I don't need to keep watching to come to the conclusion that she's not a real friend. She can't admit her mistakes. She didn't acknowledge any of the points Mel made. And for me, I don't like that with anybody. Anybody I deal with, if I point out 3, 4, 5 different things that you've done wrong to me, and you don't acknowledge not one of them, you a crab. And you got to get your crabby ass away from me. I refuse to deal with those type of people. Anyway, episode 5 it definitely gave us action. I loved it. They could have replaced Kiki and Tisha with something else, but they got to fill in the gaps because the storylines are running dry, so I get it. But that's my review on Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 4, Episode 5. Don't forget, if you like my content, like and subscribe. Let me know what you all think in the comments. See you in the next video.